Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else that wants to be tuning into On Loose Lines again. Back for another week. Not a lot of intro tonight or promo. A little bit behind the eight ball yesterday. Had a few things going on, but welcome to anyone that tunes in and gets involved with the show. As I said, it's things going on. Constantly got to do that. Always turn the audio off on the monitoring computer, and that's the one that, if you're watching online, if you want to fire through any questions, any statements, anything at all, if I feel fit and comfortable with them as being okay for our community, I'm more than happy to relay those messages out there and get them out there, get them going. The days are starting to get a little bit longer, so I imagine my viewership will start to drop off a little bit because I might have to put it back half an hour. We'll just see how we go. But welcome to everyone that is watching, and also welcome to a lot of the Kiwis. Did an interview with Nigel Armstrong. Sorry, Nigel, forgot your name. Just the other day, he was telling me that there's not a lot on for the New Zealanders on a Wednesday night either over there. There's no trots for harness racing here in Victoria either because RAT were on today. So there was a big or a good meeting there. So yeah, a little bit of a quiet time, and people try to get their fix however they can. Probably going to try and do something a little bit different next week. I might set some I suppose topical discussion points. We might even venture down the path of the I suppose the handicapping or the new rating system and how that works. We might keep our powder dry this week for that, but next week we'll try and get around to that one. Hello, Peter Ramirio, to you. Welcome back to the show, Pete, and thank you very much. As always, very loyal listener, I reckon. He puts his phone in his pocket and continues on working because he strikes me as the sort of person that doesn't back off. Philip would as well. Hello to you, Philip. And Philip took some photos the other day of a group of horses from Mount Gambier. Philip will be able to probably put the message in there. He'll actually be able to promote the horses for the guys. But for the APG online sale, which I noticed today has gone up. So good luck to everyone selling on that sale going up today, and I know Philip did take some photos of that, so it is up there. And I've got a few things we've got to get across a little bit as we go through things. Nutrien have got a bit going on. The terrible crash that happened at Mildura the other day. Woodland's got some things happening. Kylie Linsell, hello to you, Kyles. Couple of major milestones, I suppose, reached for a few people. Congratulations to Kerry-Ann Morris, actually, 1,500 winners. I think that's a great effort. A couple of our loyal listeners have had a couple of winners during the week as well, Alexander Hurley and Marie Newbury. So they've had a good couple of runs. Peter Murdas, thank you very much, Philip. I knew you'd be able to come up with it. So, he got in there. But, welcome to everyone that is watching the show. Matt Crow. The Queensland people up there as well. There'll be plenty of those guys doing it. Some stuff's got to come up in a minute with Nutrien. MEO, I was talking to it just here before. They've had 400 mils for the month of July. Their yearly rainfall is 1,100 mils. That's their yearly rainfall. So they have a lot more than what we traditionally get. Their yearly rainfall is that. They are actually, so far this year, have had 1,200 mil of rain, which is just incredible. An incredible amount of rain for a lot of those people. So hopefully everyone in New South Wales is staying safe and dry, and also enjoying sitting back and watching this. Anyone that does posts on Facebook, anything to do with harness racing at all, would be well and truly aware that you get a like almost instantly from Jazzy Fusinato. She quite often manages to click with everything. Haven't seen her come on this show too often, but she does do a lot of the other stuff that I actually watch and get involved in. She celebrated a birthday during the week, so happy birthday to you, Jazz. Thank you for all your support all the way through, and she does that with a lot of people with harness racing, so well done to Jazz. Not sure how old Jazz is, and if she is watching, she may be able to fire that one through, but I don't know. But she'll a lot of people will know her definitely through Facebook. That is for sure. Timmy White, my New Zealander, he is on. I don't think the great man's going to be on again tonight, Tim. He's not sure, getting old, I think, is what he's complaining about. We talk about bad weather. He actually sent me a photo the other day. This is Cameron Bray, for people who aren't aware. He sent me a photo the other day of some horrendous road conditions going there. They've been battered and bruised as well in New Zealand. So here in Victoria, especially here in central Victoria, we haven't had much rain for this month at all. It's been very, very light. So it's a little bit of an interesting one. John O'Donoghue. Oh, yeah, Jono. Jono rides bulls. He's crazy. Has one of the worst haircuts going around too. But son of Stephen and Anne, and good to see him on there. Don't see him too much around anymore, but he might be taking the bull riding up way too seriously for me, that's for sure. So yeah, that's a little bit of it. Feel free to get involved at mountwallace.g. Well, I think that's near Ballarat, so there is plenty of rain there. We haven't had too much here in Bendigo. We've pretty much had a normal year. It's green, tanks are full, dams are full, but not excessive. So there's a lot of photos on social media today. I don't know who put it up first about the frost. We didn't have a frost here in Bendigo today, thankfully, but plenty of people out there did, and they're putting their photos up. It's a great little one. I don't know whether you want to be putting them up in the morning. I think they should be putting them up in the afternoon because no one wants to get outside when they get put up there, that's for sure. Michelle Nisbet, hello to you, Michelle. Tried to ring Tom the other day. He still hasn't returned my call if you're talking to him. Too late now because I've definitely passed through. But anyone that doesn't know, Michelle is the wife of Tom Nisbet. She'll get a giggle out of that one. She does take the odd photo backwards. But yeah, of course, at Wedderburn Harness Racing Club. I did want to catch up with someone there at the club, but Tom didn't return me calls. So happy to give him a little clip behind the ears, and I'm sure Michelle will make sure that he gets that message loud and clear. Rightio, we might start off some of our Tammy trials minus 2.2 in Great Western this morning. Yes, Michelle Nisbet is hopeless. That's reasonably cold, minus 2.1. We had beautiful days here, but the penguins gone back to the South Pole. Right, so the weather might be turning because it was a lovely day here in Victoria too. I must say, Tim, it was a bottler. Yeah, you need long sleeves and you need jackets on, and it's a little bit cold, but it wasn't all that bad. I wasn't out of bed early enough this morning for a frost. I reckon I might have beat you out, Clinton McSwain. I think I'd say. The sun wasn't up when I was outside, so I reckon I beat the frost. But we didn't have one out this side of town anyway, so interesting how it works, that's for sure. So, and yes, I was on the track before 7. So yeah, I would have felt it, but nothing like what some of the other people had, that's for sure. So interesting how frosts work. I don't actually know exactly how they do work. Clinton McSwain, he did a ride out of me the other day. Did a great interview. Carla Innes, very shy person. Doesn't like doing the interviews and all the rest. Posited herself right up. Positioning is everything, right in front of Clinton McSwain's sign. And we did an interview. Clinton, I think, was very, very happy with that, getting the picture. The video taker with his sign behind it. So that's how you can get a bit more bang for your buck out of your out of that. Danny Wills, me farrier's joined in as well. He should still be working. Danny, don't you no pulling out tomorrow. He's got to come tomorrow and shoot the mighty squirt, so he'll be excited about that. Anyone that sees squirt would know that as well. So I've got plenty of people on. Don't be scared to set the agenda. Any of the topics, we're happy to get out there and get amongst them. As I said, we might do a little one next week on the rating system, how it works, some of the issues some of the people have from there, and go along that way as well. Since the clown is just, I'll put this one on for him, Timmy, because anyone that's wondering, Cam White has actually not gone to bed that early. I got to remember which way you got to work in reverse when you're working with cameras. It's very off-putting, but you got to put the camera on. But Cam didn't see this hat last week, so I just thought I'd better whack it on for him and keep him happy. But it's good to see Cam there, and as he did say, hi Marie, I will say a very big happy birthday to my wife. It was yesterday, and that's one of the reasons I haven't got as much prepared, because I actually took her out for lunch and had half a day off. So my lovely wife's birthday, so went out and had a nice little lunch. So yeah, it does look like a baggy green. You're right, .g. That's why the Kiwis wouldn't like one of those, because they'll bring up that underarm thing again. They do that every time, don't you worry, Dot. They do that. So we will go. He doesn't like me hat, I take it that way. Yeah, Timmy, you might get one. Timmy's hat's here. Timmy White, he's not bad. I spend more time reading the comments, but now the Kiwis are coming. Right, NZB hat is on because the guys at NZB Standardbreds, their yearling sales are open now. They close on the 29th of July, which is Friday week. They'll close then. So make sure you get in there. As I said, $1.4 million increase in turnover last year. So that's for the guys at NZB Standardbreds. For their yearling sales, which will be conducted next February, start of February. Cam might actually give me the official dates. I'm just looking there and I can't see the official dates, but looking forward to getting across there, hopefully anyway, all going well, and we'll go from there. Yes, Michelle Nisbet, it is a very, very big hat, but that's the guys at NZB who look after me. Don't forget to tune into the New Zealand show every second week. We make sure we highlight during the week the Gavel House horses as well. 19th Auckland. What's 19 Auckland? I'm not sure what that one is. He's got me confused then. I reckon spell check might have come in. 19th of February, I reckon. 19th in Auckland, 20, 21st, 22nd in Christchurch. Thank you very much, because they have it over 4 days. So there you have the dates. We might have to get a banner made up for that, Cam, before next week's show, but that is the dates. Make sure you keep that in. It's going to be a very, very busy time going forward. I'll actually just quickly flick from this. I don't have a Nutrient banner underneath there. I'll be in trouble from Bardo for that one, but that's okay. Should have one of their tiles, but I'm not exactly sure where that is, but that's okay. I can handle getting into trouble from Mike Barton at some stage. I'll just see if it is here. No, not there at all. That's okay. I'll be able to work that one out. Rachel Deegan is watching as well. Rach was with NZB. Not sure what Rach is up to these days, but good to see you, Rach, and hopefully catch up with you very, very shortly. She has a wicked sense of humour, Rach does, and a passionate harness person. I don't know if she's caught up with the Caldos since they've got back from Hawaii yet, but yeah, they enjoy themselves. All right, Nutrien. They announced their sale dates officially this week. Last week there was a little bit of a tease, and then there was a rejig. So the sale dates for the Nutrien Standardbred sales for 2023 kick off with Sydney on the 25th and 26th of February. And that basically there's you'll finish in New Zealand and jump on a plane and be in Sydney is how it actually looks like it's going to work at the minute. The 25th and 26th at Warwick Farm in Sydney. That starts off. Then the inaugural Queensland sale, which will be on the weekend of the 11th and 12th of March. I'll have another little slide up for that one. And then Melbourne on the 1st and 2nd of April, April Fool's Day. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people lined up ready to get to that one. You saw there that entries will open on the 26th of July, which is very shortly, and they're open for the full month. Make sure you go to nutrienequine.com.au to get involved and get to enter your horses. You got a month to do it. Apparently I say no sweat a lot according to M-Yo. She says that's what she'll be saying halfway through that, but she'll have it all under control. So and the girls will be able to look after you. So get in early. Don't leave it to the last minute to do it, because it's always a bit of a rush and people forget about these things. It is the inaugural Brisbane sale, be held at the Magic Millions Gold Coast on the 11th and 12th of March. This is the Sunshine Stars yearling sale, which is the inaugural one, and it is going to be very, very big. So Nutrien starting to make a mark in Brisbane as well, so which will be very, very exciting. Little footnote back onto the Nutrien and the recent sales that we recently had. The new buy now has come up. Eurobe's complete dispersal sale. They still have what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 lots to go. There's some renewed prices there on those horses. So make sure you go back to the website, nutrienequine.com.au, go to the Eurobe sale, and you'll be able to see those new buy now prices there. A lot of those have changed. A couple of mares still available, a couple of weanlings still available as well. And there's a couple there that are very, very cheap. So make sure you go back and check that one out as well.
For every stage of your horse's career, find your edge with the Barristock Racing range of feeds.
And of course, Barristock are the major feed sponsors for Nutrien and the Nutrien sales, and also have the best presented. So something to make sure you can aim for with the yearling sales coming up. And I'm not sure. I presume, I know it was a 2-year contract with Sydney and Melbourne. I'm not sure where Queensland fits into that. So don't know. But yeah, that's a bit of a wrap there for Nutrien and everything Nutrien. Might stay on the Queensland theme as we go along. Better Eclipse is run on Saturday night just gone. Interested in just what people think. I think that Greg and Jess Tubbs have done an amazing job with that horse there. Sorry, just trying to make sure I've kept up with all my notes. Yep, definitely have. And Ian Hobbs has joined in. Hello, Hobbsy. Hobbsy does a bit of maintenance work for me. Sorry, the job that they've done with Better Eclipse, I think, has been brilliant. It was a great drive, 10 out of 10 drive, but what a run he was. He's going terrific. Greg and Jess have done a great job with that horse, moving him through his classes. He's come back now. He's had the 4 starts. I've got the computer over here. I'm not that smart. Don't worry about that. For 2 wins and 2 seconds, and most of they've been against the top liners. It's actually interesting. He ran second in the Blacks Are Fake Free for All at Melton 3 starts ago. So he is back into the Melton to the Blacks Are Fake Group 1 Blacks Are Fake this weekend. They've done an enormous job with him. Got a great field. I might be able to go to that one there. Yep, there it is. There lined up for the Blacks Are Fake with 888, Abelter Orlando, Spirit of St. Louis, of course, by Sweet Lou, Majestic Cruiser. Mac Da Vinci is the first emergency. Turn It Up Like a Wildfire for Emma Stewart and Mark Pitt. I'm not sure he's 100% that horse to get there because they were waiting on a plane, so they are waiting on a plane to get there. Better Eclipse, Colt 31, Zeus Bromac, Mac Shard, Rockin' Marty, and Blacks A Dance. That's your final field, as I said. I'm not sure if Like a Wildfire, after his win at Ballarat, they said they'd take him, but I'm not sure that they've got him on a plane just yet. So it'll be very, very interesting if they can get him up there for that. And we'll very quickly go through the Derby here. Muscle Bart for Belinda McCarthy. They've got a strong hand. So has Jared Orchin, actually. But Can't Find a Better Man, the second one. Also, that horse was sold through, just to keep Cam happy there. That was actually sold through the NZB sale for Woodlands. He's had the 3 starts now since joining the McCarthy camp for 3 wins, and he is going absolutely terrific. Sweet Passion, Danger Zone, My Ultimate Johnny, My Ultimate Chevron, and My Ultimate Ronnie. You can't tell me that it wasn't a glitch in this or something there. All the 3 My's have drawn 5, 6 and 7. So good luck to Jared Orchin and the drivers. Tricky little draws there. Class to the Max, Sugar Apple, another Kiwi. Tim's a Trooper, of course related to a few of the stock that sold recently at the Euroby sale. Leap to Fame, Teddy Disco, and Rip, who I believe trialled pretty good on the weekend. Not sure why that did that. I didn't touch anything then. It just decided to drop down itself. But good field, great racing. And as I said, a sensationally well-promoted card in Queensland. I love what they're doing. They've done a great job really changing things up. Chris Elford goes up there to drive a Moray Vita for Nathan Purdon, which is really good. Good to see the Purdons are coming back here for the Inter-Dominion as well. So there's plenty going on there. The Trotters handicap, I think next year we've got to make sure we can get some more Victorian Trotters up there to take some of these on. Maybe some Kiwis. The Kiwis, plenty of Kiwis watching. Maybe some Kiwis come across as well. Credit Master was a good win on the weekend, and it was a Group 1 win. And yeah, it's definitely not taking anything away. Matty Craven's had a great carnival. Plenty of people watching. So please feel free to get involved in the conversation at any time and set the agenda. The Mayor's handicap, Majida, didn't have things go her way last week. Gerarda's Delight, Jack Butler and Brendan Barnes. I think that's a different horse to the horse I'm thinking of, so that's fine. I won't go there with that one. But good fields, big card. The Sunshine Stars Yearling Sale is race number 1. Of course, that'll be conducted by Nutrien. That sale will be as well. And there's Beyond Delight, who it was a disappointment. I wonder if he didn't get over the flat tyre the week before or what. Wouldn't know, but they wouldn't have put him in there if they weren't happy. That is for sure, and we will get to that going further. Sugar Apple, half brother to American Dealer by Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou's doing an enormous job this year, and going gangbusters. So I better change the hat, Timmy. Since you've jogged me into this one, we'll go to that screen. We better get rid of the boys from NZB, but they do work together. Sugar, what? Oh, super, I get you. I think he's giving you a hard time, Timmy White. I might have to get Tim back on one day. I'll have to do a video hookup, and we'll get him back on so he can give Cam a bit of a backhander. Does that mean that Timmy bred Sugar Apple? If he did, good luck, Tim. Hopefully you know how to spell sugar next time too, instead of sweet. But good luck to you if that is the case. I'll just get this computer ready for the results. But we'll do some results a bit later on in the night as we go along. Woodland Stud. As always, look after me terrifically well. They're celebrating 30 years of breeding, and going from there. I think Cab's trying to help me. Celebrating 30 years. A lot of things planned, a lot of things to go forward very shortly as well, with those horses, with their promotions, getting to know quite a few people. They're great supporters of both sides of the ditch. They're making a pretty big imprint here in Australia with American Ideal and Leather Up both standing at Lower Long Farms for Kath McIntosh. Don't forget too, Kath McIntosh has a $100,000 incentive. If you're thinking about sending your mares to stud this year, and you're 50-50 or you're not sure and you want a little teaser to get across the line, but Raging Bull, Poster Boy, Yankee Rockstar, Lather Up, and Pastor Stephen the Trotter. So there's definitely a trotter in that. If they can win the Sire Stakes in 3 years' time for the 2-year-olds, you'll get a $100,000 bonus for nothing. No pay up, no anything else. Just make the final field and get the chockies, and away you go, and you're a chance. So that is the Lower Long Farms, which of course they are standing Lather Up, and also American Ideal. Now I've been reliably informed that American Ideal's book is almost full. We teased out on our stay-in roster release just recently that it is getting close to being full. Ben Cousins booked 4 in. I got the name wrong just then. I forgot his first name, but Ben's father has booked in 4 horses just off the back of that ad the other day. So he's fast approaching being full. So if you're thinking about going to American Ideal, make sure you get ready to go to him if you want to, and get in touch with Mark Hughes or the guys in Woodlands at woodlandstud.co.nz. Their service-free prices are there on screen, with Bettor's Delight at $27,500, Seaside down by the Seaside $11,000, Speeding Spur $1,100, Sweet Lou at $10,000, and What the Hill at $7,700. They are all GST on top of those, because they you have to pay the GST, and the 2 Victorian-based horses are American Ideal and Lather Up as well. Be aware, Sweet Lou down by the Seaside, almost American Ideal and almost Bettor's Delight will also, their books will be slowing right down. So they are the Woodland Stud roster this season. They again only standing, I think last season they stood the same, it was only the 7, and I think this year they are only standing the same. We talk about down by the Seaside, Cambrai, but Triple G, I don't know if he's related to Triple 8. I haven't got far enough into his breeding, but become the first down by the Seaside to win out of a Christian Cullen mare the other day, but first down under horse to win here in Australia. So congratulations to the Dun. He only had a limited book that first year, but he served a full book last year, and he is fully booked out this year with, I think, a waiting list of put it this way, one's got a waiting list of 60 plus, and the other one has got a waiting list of 70 plus, and that's Sweet Lou and down by the Seaside. So if you're thinking about going to them, you'll probably miss the boat this year, but you will be a chance next year. And if you send your mares to Woodland stud. Make sure I get it into the right camera. I never realise which camera is which. The equine light masks are available. If you had done an early bird booking, you would have got one of those. I got a couple of these. But yeah, basically they have the solar powered light in there to help your mares get cycling a little bit earlier, because we all want early foals. So I actually thought they all came in green, but they don't, because clearly I've got a blue one, and go from there. But the masks are here, easy to put on, easy to look after. We're sending 2 there, so no, I get a lot of things for free, but that was part of the deal that everyone else had. The directions are inside the box. Full lot of directions are inside the box as well. So just to help your mares start cycling, get an earlier foal, means for next year you'll have a foal on the ground very, very shortly, because it is pretty close to breeding season. And that's the one thing I do want to do. I want to continue to keep this show going, but it is a little bit of a juggle from time to time with what I have got coming ahead, but we'll be doing it probably a few different ways. Try and keep it a little bit more at a similar time slot. I'm not sure about 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night. We might push it back a little bit, because once the summer starts, no one's going to be watching at 6 o'clock, but we'll just see how we go there. Another Kiwi is on there too, with Gayleen McKinnon. Gary Collison's tuned in as well. I'll get on to that horrible accident that happened at Mildura the other night very, very shortly, but just going to throw to one of my sponsors, and we will be back very, very shortly.
Woodland Stud takes pride in their involvement in the industry, both on and off the track, supporting harness racing through sponsorship from grassroots to feature racing, giving breeders access to world-class stallions who go on to produce world-class racehorses, selling progeny at sales from some of Australasia's strongest families. Harness racing is our passion, and we will continue to strive for greatness. Your success is our success. Share the dream with Woodland Stud.
Sorry guys, daydreaming. I'm back now, but that's okay. Sorry, was daydreaming and got caught out a little bit for a quick second. Saw the screen go black, and it was longer than I thought actually. So hopefully everyone's still there, but it is back to. Must also say for the nutrient sale, just said before, big thank you to Alabar Auctions Plus and Harass to Trotters as well for sponsoring those race series. So those race series are coming up very, very quickly. The 27th of August is the final, and the 16th of August are the heats. So that's coming around very, very quickly. That's for the Nutrient Sales Classic. If you want to see if your horse is eligible or not, just go to the Nutrient Equine site, the website, and I don't have the email address there for that one, but it's just nutrienequine.com.au. Go to the standardbred section, and then go to the race series. You'll be able to find it, and the heats are there. Full list of all the horses eligible, from the trotters to the pacers. There'll be a combined trotters races and standalone colts and fillies pacing division. So exciting times. That's on the 26th to 27th. Good man, Gary Connelson. Ben Newell. Where's Ben Newell, I wonder? Under 15s training. I'm tipping it's cold. Looking at the grimace on his face. I bet he's got one of his T-shirts on. Gary's got some of the best T-shirts going around, but they're all skulls and crossbones, and they would be frozen tonight, the skulls and crossbones. They won't be there at all. So make sure you get those. Got that there going there. Happy birthday to Granty Williams. A lot of people in harness racing would know Grant back in the day, but he's celebrating his 50th birthday today. So well done, Granty. Congratulations on that, as well as Jazzy Fuzatano, who a lot of people in harness racing would know, but if you only just joined in, it is her birthday. So she does a great lot of stuff there, that's for sure. Monty and Rita Burnett, unfortunately, recently lost their stables, and the whole Mithsud family did lose their stables. Got to say a huge thank you to the guys at Horseland Bendigo. Kylie, I've got a full truck of stuff that'll be coming out the next day or two. Stay tuned in Campbell's comments, but a full truck of stuff to drop off, donated by people. Just rang up and gave some money. Everything. People have come up with everything. I know there's some helmets in there. There's a lot of rugs, a lot of headstalls, a lot of sheets, summer sheets for them, shin boots, knee boots, but people have thought outside the square with some buckets, also forks, manure forks. There's lots of manure forks as well as Plus Randvet, great sponsors of my daughters. They've got behind that as well and donated quite a lot of stuff as well. So they've come on board as well. But yeah, I'll be there tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning, having a chat with Mon and Rita, and I look forward to it. But yeah, tragic little thing that happened. But yeah, out of bad sometimes a lot of good comes, and we realise how great the harness racing people are, as does Alex Ashwood. I'd seen Alex today, and Gary would have been talking to him as well. He's actually in very, very good spirits, the gentleman, the boy. He's going pretty good. He's a bit banged up. He's facing that. It is. I didn't actually realise until Taylor just moved his hat a little bit. She said, "Oh, the swelling's coming out, the bruising's starting to come out." And yeah, he must have copped a pretty shocking hit, but thankfully he's okay. I mean, he's not, but he is fine. He was standing there. He's bored, walking around. He's got a broken arm, crack in his back. They believe will be okay with just a little bit of rest and a bit of time. But yeah, his face has copped a fair bit. Beating as well. He's got some gravel rash across him and that, but yeah, good to see him out, and I'll probably try and do something with him later on, towards the end. We'll get some stuff done there and catch up with him going forward, because yeah, he's a likeable man, young Albie, and yeah, terrible fall. And I saw the pictures that David Smith made his way home, the South Australians. He made his way home yesterday, as did Aaron Dunn made his way home. I think SEN put a thing out today or yesterday about how the state of all the drivers were. They interviewed them all, and also go from there. And then yeah, there was young Ryan Sanderson was the other gentleman that came down. So the four of them came down. Horrible accident, capped off a bad week, because we were on air, and Danny Hill at Hamilton unfortunately had a horrible accident as well. But thankfully, she was released out of hospital a couple of hours later and sent home, because Danny Hill's had enough falls over the journey. We don't need her having any more falls as well. So bad time for harness racing with the Burnett's, Danny Hill's, all these guys having bad crashes. We don't like that at all. On a high, as I said, well done to Kerry-Ann Morris as well for bringing up win number 1,500 for the year. I think that's a huge... 1,500 for lifetime training. Sorry, not for the year. You've got to read properly what you're doing, so you'll get yourself into trouble. That's about it for me with my notes, my sponsors. I think I've wore every hat. Probably haven't. No, I haven't wore this one here. That's for sure. I have wore the NZB one. Cambro, they've gone to bed. It's too late for the Kiwis, that's for sure. So they've actually gone to bed. We will go down to this one. I'm sure I've done. Actually, I've got two more. I've got a new lot of kit that people did see. They saw the hat. So don't forget to get in touch with the safety specialist. 0400 309 902. Get in touch with Daz Aiken for all your safety specialist equipment and needs. He is going there. And this one is the one that is still close to my heart. And this goes off this Friday night here in Bendigo. So anyone that's watching locally, MND Sportsman Night, Anthony Kuda-Fedes and Brad Hodge will be there, plus a couple of other special guests. Get in touch with Julie on 0428 250 786. It's a shocking disease. A lot of people have had people that have been affected by it. I've got a mate at the minute that's fighting it, and it is a terrible disease. So if you're in the Bendigo area and you want to get involved, please ring Julie and get in touch with her going through there. So we'll now, as catch up on the replays. People seem to, I think people like these. I don't know. They seem to like them. I quite enjoy doing them. So trying to find out who's won and who hasn't. I haven't had a look at all at Ararat today. Sorry, I've had one screen just go a bit pear-shaped there. Johnny Mead, Jackie Barker. Every week, Jackie Barker wins races. She does a great job, Jack. Just flies under the radar. And does a great job there with King Van Avenger, of course, who is by Love You, King Van Avenger, and Love You standing this year at Harasta Trotters out at Pat Driscoll's, of course, Harasta Trotters and Yabby Dam Farms, of course. That's who I was thinking of. Scott Tawney, saw this one. That was great to see Scott getting a winner. Hidden Fire by Sky Valley out of Contessa Hest. That was a 3-year-old and older maiden trot, so that was nice to see. Something must happen there with Leinster broke under pressure. Relegation rule, love the relegation rule. Kiwis like their relegation rule as well. Curran Express, Jess Tubbs and Greg Sugars by Blissful Hall out of Viva Safari. Barry Finesse, True Blue Rose, a daughter of Heston Blue Chip. Sam Barker, young man, does a good job with a small team of horses with Charisma King, getting the chockies. Shannon Edwards ran second. I saw Shannon wins a race a little bit later on, so he had a good day. My superannuation for the Tyndales, and Greg Sugars bringing up a double, beating Matty Craven there. Winning race number 6. The Michael Bellman Racing 3-year-old pace Sea Flyer for Shannon Edwards and James Herbertson. Got the chockies being You Betcha Tiger Pie for Mick Stanley and his father. Ian, Andy Gaff and Kate Gaff won with Balenciago, I'll go with, by Roll with Joe out of As It Is in Heaven, Andy and Kate Gaff. And they won 2 races in a row. This is a beautifully bred horse. I said before about Harasta Trotters. Robin Me Mates by Love You out of Whitney Grace. It's a beautiful bred trotter, and I think it's got a little bit of future. Whitney Grace was a beautiful mare herself, trained by the Pellegrinos. And then Courtney Slater, last week when we did the show, we mentioned that she'd won 3, I think, at Hamilton, or 2. She might have won 2. And had a really good day. I think this horse was one of them, Teddy Runkle, and gets another winner today with Glennie Craven taking the reins. And unfortunately by the looks there, Glennie copped himself a little bit of a fine. So bit of a wrap through there of Ararat. Happy to go through all the other races, although it's can be a bit boring and monotonous going through them. We still have a few people watching, so if people want me to, I will. And we can go from there. What I will do, I do have to do one thing very, 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 very quickly. I just got to make sure I get back to the right screen and do this. Of course, Harasta Trotters, great sponsors of mine. Just saw then Paul Ashwood joined in too. Paulie Ashwood's birthday today as well. So happy birthday to Paul Ashwood. I'm not sure how old Paulie would be. We might go with 21. He'll be happy. He'll be happy with that. Just going to quickly have a look at some of these race meetings. We did Hamilton the other day, so we didn't have to do that. Just quickly have a look. Coolmore the other night was a cold night. I think that's where the Newberries won. Alex Hurley, that's where. Tiara Stride, so well done to her winning the Drat Roofing Trot. Good trot race on the end of this week. Shallow Beach for the Mifsuds. Douglas's going good. Vince Malalonga, Geordie Leadham. Von Art win again for Emma and Brad Pitt. And Machiavelli for Ben Yole. My Flying Art. Damien Wilson with Aristol. And Elderbaron Demi by Elderbaron Eagle, who of course no longer with us. That was actually a good win, that horse. Finished off very, very strongly. What I'm going to do, I'll just keep talking, so I'll just whack that one up to there, and we'll keep going through a few of these fields just very, very quickly. If you've got anything to add about some of the winners during the week, please get involved and alert me to them. More than happy to bring up anyone's wins that they had. Mildura, as I said, bad night for Mildura, great night for Jack Law. 7 wins is some effort, especially considering one of the races was a no race, and I think he was on the favourite and in front. So at the time, so he may have ended up with 8 winners on the time. But go Joe for Julie. He then won the next race. That was an actual race with Sunshine Beach for Alex Ashwood, who, as we said, could unfortunately not be there. Aussie Battler. Gucci And for Kate Hargraves, again driven by Jack Law. Luke Watson here, I think he had a double, but headbanger. He's having a good run at the minute, Luke Watson. Aaron Code just had a baby just recently, and Kayla Rohoric. Jack Law again with a million promises. White Star Village for Reese Moore and Jack Law again. Of course, you're going to say his name a lot. Rock and Bomber. Luke Watson again. There he is. Mini Major. That was no, that's a different horse, but it got the chockies there as well. And then Geordie Leadham taking out the last on our Holler Star. So that was a quick wrap through for Mildura, but as I said, it's when Jack Law drives 6 of those winners. Hadn't had a look at Geelong. Christmas in July, I think they did a good job this week, recently with Metro Man, James Herbertson, as always brings us wins. Richie Caruana, great to see Richie get a winner there. We see you there for Laurie Formosa. Emmett Bronson's Emmett and his father Richard took out race number 3 with Elderbaron Huey. The Elderbarons had in a fair week actually. That horse winning there by Majestic Sun. Craig and Jody Quinlan with Andrew, son of Always Be Mickey, taking out the 3-year-old beaten Courtney Slater. Of course, is having a good run actually. She always does. So Mea Culpa for Chris and Ellison. Won race number 5, Emma Stewart and Connor Clark. Another man that pops up every week, Mosaic Art. Alola Vici, Chris Lang doing a good job there. That's an Orlando Vici, of course, stood at Harass de Trotteurs at a Beau Gallion. I think a mare that they've got now, might be wrong. Gary Donaldson, James Herbertson with Leah Miller as well there. So that was a quick wrap of Geelong on the Friday night. The Saturday night meeting, of course, we had Albion Park, on which most people were watching. Foolish Pleasure for James and Ashley Herbertson. Took out race number 5. Chris Lang, he's had a good couple of weeks. Queen's Invasion, he had a winner a couple of weeks ago as well, and I think that horse has won 2 of those, Queen's Invasion. Adam Stevenson and Michael Bellman with Wingate Guy, a son of Union Guy out of Albert's Rain, I think it was. Like a Wildfire, as I said, pretty impressive there. 26-2 last quarter, but he was just airborne. Bonsell Benjamin, what a great return to racing that was with him. I think he did a terrific job the other day. First up from his Inter-Dominion campaign. Tuppence was very, very strong for Ryan Sanderson. Major Manbar, it was a good run. Yankee Gold, I thought was good too. It was an interesting race. Pretty tame sort of racing at Ballarat the other night. The Winter Championship was taken out by Knights Templar. This horse just got explosive speed. Really nice horse to watch actually. Knights Templar, James Herbertson and the Quinlans taking the reins there. Serge Blanco, Steve Duffy and Lee Sutton, they had a good night. They actually had a winner a bit later on as well, but this was the one. The John Slack Memorial Trotters, Adele getting up and beating Mari Law. Good win, come from last. She's a mare with a lot of ability, but can have her own issues. But Kez is doing a great job. Another Orlando Vici, that brings up 2 wins for the week for that horse as well. Beating Mari Law, nephew of Sunoco, had his colours lowered there, but he was still okay. But there's a few good, nice horses coming back. Some eye-catching runs. Powder Keg was an eye-catcher, and a couple even a little bit further back, or just behind those as well, with Kai Valley Chief and even Well Defined, not getting a lot of luck in the run there. Interest free, brilliant drive, Darryl Douglas, sorry. It was just a brilliant drive, tactically smart. Ryan Sanderson led on Cobber. Darryl just dictated the race, sat up outside of him, just dictated the race, zipped home in 27 and 9, and I think it was just a brilliant little drive. As good as you'll see sitting in the DEF. Mick Stanley with a Soho Seraphine, a betting line, taking out the second last, 27-6 for the 2-year-old. That was a good 2-year-old actually. Joe got rolled. Some nice little bit of form coming out for some of these 2-year-olds, especially the fillies at the minute, consistent form. And then Treachery taking out the last. Alan McDonough bringing up a double. He's having a great run, Al. Driving a lot of winners. Yeah, he's on the good horses, but you still got to be able to drive them to win them. So he's doing a really, really good job. Shepparton, full restricted meeting there. Don't be scared to fire something in. It wasn't a full restricted meeting. The first race was an $8,000 races, and No Filter jumped on the bunny and got the chockies for Mick Blackmore and James Herbertson. James always seems to win races early in the night. He goes good. Feeling energetic for the Newberries. As I said, I knew they got a winner, and John was pretty happy about that horse actually too. So did all right there, Graham Moon. We will be, what will be, for Brent Lilly, Chris Alford taking out the trot on that occasion. Didn't see that race, so I can't say a lot about it. Sheldon Rock, Cody Crosland, Harry O'Neill and Peter Ramirio. Well done, Pete. He was in on earlier on watching the show. The guys from Mataranka Park are watching as well. So is Charlton Harness Racing Club. They're watching, so good to see you guys. What a pleasure for Peter Ramiro. Got the chockies, but well done. The driver got fined, not the trainer, so that's even better for Pete. Harry O'Neill, as I said, took the drives. Lannon, Matty Higgins, he's had a couple of winners in the last couple of weeks, going good. Geordie Chibnall, great to see George back here in Victoria driving winners. And Just Ralph for Lisa Bartley getting the chocolates there, beating Ace Dugan in race number 7. Milu Gunslinger, that's by Western Terror, Trish McVeigh, James Herbertson. He can win races later in the night. And then the 2-year-old, which I didn't watch, I should have watched this race before talking about it, but Captain Hammerhead, I said there before about some beautifully bred horses. He was one of those by Captain Treacherous out of Rogers Passion, relates back to the great man, Make Mine Cullen. That whole family is a terrific family there. Beating Catapult Rescue, It's Mine on the Line, Wayne Potter, Tizzy Lizzie, and Captain Tom coming at the tail of the field, but very, very well-bred horses. Look at the time there, 57.3, so 29.9 and then 27.2, I would say, after leading. Half head the margin, so it must have been a good little race. Catapult Rescue, should have watched the race before I came on tonight, but as I said, ran out of a little bit of time. So interesting meeting there at Shep, almost $4,500 the whole way through. Graham Hands watching. Hello to you, Graham. Great to see you're back watching as well. Yarra Valley on Monday, should have called it Sky 2. On every race was bumped and I didn't like it. It was bad look. Blake Pace, well done Blake. Aisha Prince for Gary Hoban, getting the chocolates there. Dylan Stratford and Shuby Gotcha, that was a nice win. Saw that one. The favourite, yes, wasn't favourite. Chris Alford led. I thought he was a favourite. He didn't look the winner. But yeah, Dylan's horse got up over the top for the Kiwi guys. Lady in Line by Betting Line, Jodie Quinlan, led and won quite comfortably. Better Sport for Ben Yole and Jack Law won the $4,500. Actually won quite nicely. Alpha Sirico was the favourite, but or Krikis, I think they go by. But yeah, he was comfortably beaten. Prince Sierra by 4-Star Shark out of Sierra Sunrise, owned by Debbie and Gary, bred by Paul Watkinson, and I'm not sure the gentleman's name, but Paul is his surname. Led, zipped home in 27.3. Those horses seem to be fast, very, very fast. There we're up on race number 5, the Yarra Glen IGA Pace. Ben Yole and Robbie Walters got the chockies there with Cavour Hossela. Great to see that. $7,000 race, so well done to those guys. Again, and up to 55. That was race 6. Super Service, lovely trotter this horse here, beating Savvy Kai Valley and Imperial Wiz. Cameron Maggs, trains and drives. And then Leah, another for the Kiwis by American Ideal. As I said, book almost full. Jet. Absolute jet she is. 26.9. Have a look at that for the last quarter. So Stir Me Up led and got beat a neck. You'd probably be upset when you're running home in about just on 27 flat and you get beat. But actually got beat by 2. But yeah, she's a jet, Leah. She's a lovely, lovely filly and got a good future that by, as I said, American Ideal out of Jeremy's jet mare. And the last meeting, unless people turn around and tell me I have to showcase one somewhere else, was Bendigo last night, and I didn't watch one of those because, as I said, it was my wife's birthday, so we had a quiet night watching movies. Cuddy Shark for Shane and Ryan Sanderson, having a much better run now, the guys. Well-bred horse by somebody somewhere out of Lombo Cloud 9, took out race number 1. Ray Cross, Jack McKinnon, they win a lot of races at Bendigo, that combination. Countess Chiron, so Gayleen was watching there before, so she'll be rapt to see her son getting the chockies. Jack winning race number 2. Wayne Potter, Nathan Jack combined with Alluring Tyron by Muscle Mass trotter from New Zealand. Don't know a lot about that horse. Beating Maida Killen though. Maida Killen's been going very, very good. Here comes Sky Valley, who stood down for 14 days, so you don't like to see that. Got beat 150 metres. Surfing Makes Sense by Vincent out of Our Surfer Girl. Kez, my sister-in-law, trains and drives. and should be very, very happy with that, because our surfer girls, a family they've had a lot to do with. I can put the Benstud hat on because it was born and bred and wasn't bred by them. You can see in there Karen Manning and the guys are all in the owner's circle, but yeah, it was bred at Benstud, so the guys at Benstud Standardbreds looked after this horse. Sorry, grabbed the wrong mouse. Glenn Bull, Treacherous Times, does a great job, Glenn, with his a small team of horses. Trains them a little bit differently, but races them a lot and does a great job. Pops up with winners all the time. Treacherous Times, another Captain Treacherous. The Rock God, got a little bit of a following, this horse, and with Juanita Breen. She does a good job with her horses. He's a son of a rock and roll dance, and she does a great job. Juanita Breen beaten Sweet Sang-Relay for Mickey Bellman. Karen Manning gets a double. Another the Kiwi, the Kingsman, Courage Under Fire out of Not a Worry for Kezzy Manning. As I said, Merv Butterworth, the owner there, and someone else actually in that one, which is interesting. Codename Marcus by Petrock out of Mustang Sassy for Ashley Markham. The Charlton guys were watching there before. Great to see Ash getting another winner. He's been going very, very good, Ashley. He's from Western Australia. Not sure he's really enjoying the cold winter. He beat another West Australian there in Bailey McDonough. The Tyndales have had a good week. They could have had a much better week with a couple of things going the other way. Amandine by Village Majestic for Anton Galino and Nathan Jack. Took out race number 9. Race number 10, Darren Pace, trained and drove. Great to see Darren getting a winner there. He doesn't train too many or drive too many anymore, but Miyagi boy winning race number 10, and Nathan Jack taking out, I think it was the last, I don't think there was 12 races, but Mitchell Frost, of course, Geordie Chibnall's brother-in-law, Island Rock and Roll, another rock and roll dance. There's a few of them won there this week, taking out race number 11, the Lower Long Farms stay-in bonus, which is $100,000 if you breed 2 Raging Bull, Poster Boy, Yankee Rockstar, Lather Up, and Pastor Stevens, and then the Ainsworths. Great to see them winning another race, and this horse is a pacer. Ashira took out the last race, race number 10 at 10:33, which is also a pacing race. But anyway, middle of winter, not going there. Bought that up last week and not going to go too much there. Watch the replay of which one, Aaron Brown. I said about some feedback and I missed that when it came through. Daniel Hibbert is there, he is watching, but Daniel, if you're listening, because you'll be in the car driving, I won't worry, mate, because I've all but finished the show. Got the Benstud hat on, and with that, he'll be happy with that, Mr. Craig Judd. Going from there, the Rock God. Okay, so Aaron Brown's encourage everyone to go back and watch the replay of the Rock God. I'm not putting it on because when Aaron Brown's got a laughy face. Next week, I'll get myself organised, and if you want to get involved, and we will talk about the I suppose the rating system, how it works, what people like about it, what people don't like about it. Make sure you get involved in next week's show. It'll be from the same time, 6 o'clock going forward, and yeah, we'll bring it up. I want sensible input. As I said, I can quite easily hit hide or block you on the feed, so I don't want anything silly, but yeah, we want to try and get people's information going backwards and forwards. If you want a Benstud hat, Joe Pace, I'll see what I can do. I like these ones better. I have no favouritism, but I just think if you're gonna sell a business, that's the way to sell it, because that just pops the green and the black and goes from there. So I'll see what I can do. But ask Joe, see what he thinks of me. My new hats, Joe. These are the Campbell's Comments own. So maybe you want one of these, mate. To be honest, I've got a big head and I've got to remodel the hat a bit, but that's better. Now it's on. With the branding and the logo and all the rest. And don't forget to get in touch with the safety specialist, 0400 309 902. Embroidery, branding, shirts, jackets, the whole box and dice. Once the weather warms up a little bit, I will go from there. But we can and see that the Pacers, they've had 2 winners this week. Joe Pacer's done all good. We all need a hat, Paul. I don't know. I haven't got that many. One of these ones, Dot, or do you want a Ben Stud one or the likes? I could become a hat merchant. I don't know what a hat merchant is, but anyway, righto. Pretty tame show tonight. Thank you for everyone that has joined in. As I said, the show is just for people to talk back and get involved. The Kiwis come on for a while, then they tune out. They might go to sleep. I don't know, but I can see if Timmy's still awake, or actually, I'll see if Graham's still watching. I can see if Graham Hand's still watching as well. Yeah. Joe Pace, anything that keeps his head warm. Joe's as follically tested as what I am, so he's not telling me anything else at all. But the Kiwi guys, they send me these hats. We whack them up and go from there. I could be a hat merchant, but yeah. So don't forget, look after. He's still there and he likes it. And Graham Ann gives me the thumbs up as well. So the boys are still on. Don't worry about that. We might do a live New Zealand show at some stage in the near future. We'll have to pick a time for it because it's a 2-hour difference. But we might go to the show over there. Thank you very much for still being there, Graham Ann. You're a good man, mate. So thanks, guys. Thank you very much. As I said, bit of a random show. I want to get some more content, more stuff from New Zealand. If you want to advertise anything, whatever, give me a yell. We'll talk about the rating system. The Kiwi guys, talk about the rating system, both sides of the ditch, how it works, how it doesn't work, and go from there. And we'll get some bit of feedback out into the open. So that'll be next week's show. Please tune in from 6 o'clock, unless told otherwise. But we'll be back next week, 6 o'clock. So get involved, and we'll talk about the ratings and the things people like about it, the things people don't like about it. Try and get a bit of the message out there for the powers that be. They might watch, they may not watch, so we'll see how we go. But thank you very much to everyone for tuning in tonight to On Loose Lines and having a bit of fun. I enjoy it. I don't know whether the show is going to be an Academy Award winner, but I do enjoy it very much so. And gee, you've got to be joking. Frost tomorrow. I didn't know there was going to be a frost tomorrow. I do have an early start. They are very, very hard to get up with. But thank you very much, Dot, for those kind words. Winter's nearly over. Only got a month left to go. But I'm sure the Kiwis are probably laughing at us, bitching about a bit of a frost. But thank you very much to everyone for being involved. This is Paul Campbell on Loose Lines for this week. I'll be back next week.